Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the dangers of artificial intelligence. Now, my previous video, I had uploaded a video titled The Revolution of Artificial Intelligence. In that video, I had talked about the positive aspects of AI and how AI can actually benefit humanity for the greater good. Right? So in that video, I have promised you all that I will be uploading a video titled The Dangers of Artificial Intelligence. Now, this specific video, I'm not here to scare anyone or to put fear in one's mind and one's heart. All I'm trying to do in this video is just trying to raise the awareness of the dangers of artificial intelligence and how artificial intelligence can hinder us and to harm us and to lead us towards not improving ourselves if we don't raise the awareness about it, if we don't talk about these certain things. Because I believe these certain topics and aspects of not just with artificial intelligence but with anything in life, we need to raise awareness and start talking more about these things so we can put this information out to the world and put this information out into people's minds so we can raise the awareness and to help humanity overall for years to come, generations to come, and so on and so forth. All right. So in this specific video, I'm going to be talking about the dangers of artificial intelligence and what you need to look out for when it comes to artificial intelligence. All right. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing is, most of us have come to rely on the technology without registering either the fact of our dependence or the implications of it. So we all know that we live in the information age. We live in the technology age. We live in the AI age. And our cell phones, social media, technology, AI, we have a growing relationship with our phones, with technology, and things of that nature, right? So we have become, most of us, we utilize technology for different reasons, for many different aspects in our lives. Most of us just, the average person, we utilize social media technology to, do the regular things, to do the basic necessities that we have going on in our lives. Or, people who have big aspirations and big dreams and, whether it be for their business or for their, their purpose in life, they utilize, technology to help them and to stimulate their mind and to raise their overall level of consciousness. So all of us use AI technology for many different reasons, for many different parts of our lives with whatever we're trying to do in life. But I believe it's most important for us we have to pay attention to how we consume. There's so much information out there, guys, and we, overstimulate ourselves. Most of us have developed some sort of social media addiction or internet addiction. So we have to raise the awareness and we have to pay attention and to realize that, when it comes to social media, when it comes to technology, and when it comes to AI, we have to be mindful. We have to have awareness of what we're putting into our minds, what we're consuming on a daily basis.
It's cool. It's cool to get on the computer, but don't let the computer get on you. It's cool. It's cool to use the computer. Don't let the computer use you. You all saw The Matrix. There's a war going on. The battlefield's in the mind. And the prize is the soul. So just be careful.
So all I'm saying in this video right here, guys, in this point right here, is to be mindful and to raise, have some self-awareness when it comes to, whatever you're trying to do when it comes to AI and artificial intelligence. So, most of us, we have come to rely on the technology so much that we, overstimulate ourselves, and we just become so addicted and so attached to this technology that, we have lost touch with ourselves. We have lost touch with humanity. We have lost touch with real world nowadays. So all I'm saying is we have to, if we have to take a break from social media, we have to take a break from technology every once in a while. Now, I believe that's important to do so. So always pay attention to what you consume on a daily basis, and to detach yourself from, the internet, social media if you have to, right? Just be mindful and be aware and pay attention, all right? So the second point, even though the number of individuals able to create AI is growing, the implications of how it will affect humanity socially, legally, philosophically, spiritually, morally, need to be discussed / worked on. Now, I have pointed this out in the beginning of the video. These are some of the topics, these are some of the things that we need to be discussing among ourselves. We need to have more talks about this. We need to have more discussions when it comes to this situation. All right, so I was reading this article earlier. It was about Mark Zuckerberg. So I believe around February of this year, Mark Zuckerberg's legal team had a court case earlier, and many people, they had complaints and issues with Mark Zuckerberg's Meta AI, and they had complained that his Meta AI application led to children having more social media addiction.
Action. You didn't take any action.
Senator.
You didn't fire anybody. You haven't compensated a single victim. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. There's families of victims here today. Have you apologized to the victims? Would you like to do so now?
Well,
they're here. You're on national television. Would you like now to apologize to the victims who have been harmed by your product? Show them the pictures. Would you like to apologize for what you've done to these good people?
I'm sorry for everything that you've all been through. It's terrible. No one should have to go through the things that your families have suffered. And this is why we invested so much and are going to continue doing industry-leading efforts to make sure that no one has to go through the types of things that your families have had to suffer.
And that had brought to my attention, that has sparked some attention in my mind. But when it comes to your children, just with anybody in general, we have the ability to create AI. We have many different great minds and many different great people out there who are able to create certain AIs and AI platforms, and setting up algorithms and things of that nature, whether it be for their business, for capitalism, for whatever the case may be. But I believe we don't take the time to actually think about how this can affect humanity in a certain way. How can this hurt somebody? How can this help someone, whether it be philosophically, spiritually, legally, socially, all these different things? How can we actually utilize AI for the greater good? How can we actually help people in regards to how we can develop someone spiritually? How can we develop, help someone financially, utilize AI to help someone spiritually, financially, mentally, all these different things. So we have the power to do many great things. We have the capabilities, we have the resources, we have the knowledge, we have the mind power to do these certain things. But ultimately, how can we use our God-given talents? How can we use our power? How can we use our knowledge to actually create certain things, whether it be AI or systematic programs and things of that nature? How can we utilize these things to actually help people in the long run? So I believe these, topics like these need to be discussed / worked on. And I believe if we are able to come up with solutions and actually talk about these things, humanity will be in a much greater place, and it'll be in a much, better position in life. We're able to, progress and, do many great things to help this world, to make this world become a better place. All right. So the third thing, generative AI can be used to create false depictions of people doing or saying things they have never done or said. Now, with the growing of artificial intelligence, with the growing of technology, with the growing of the minds of the people. We live in the technology era, the technology age. Back in the past, we had, wars, different wars, physical wars, between countries, between nations. But now in the information age, the AI age, we have digital wars, we have AI wars, all right? So there are many people out there who are able to create these false depictions, who are able to create generative AI to manipulate the people, to, put a certain person in a false light, in a false narrative, who are putting, words in people's mouths. And they're able to manipulate the people because it looks so real, right? With generative AI, they can have a person or a celebrity or a public figure say something or do something that they didn't actually do behind the scenes. So we have to be very mindful of that. That's why we have to use our discernment when it comes to social media and technology. Whenever watching a certain video or reading a certain article, we cannot just believe anything that the internet says. We cannot just believe anything that a certain person says. We have to be able to, educate ourselves, number one, and we have to use our God-given discernment. We have to use, follow our intuition. All right, if our intuition is right, if we're right from within, and we have a personal relationship with God, we have to be able to utilize our intuition and to use our discernment, our God-given discernment, to tell whether this information is right or wrong. Right? So generative AI, people have the power to do that. So always be very mindful of what you read and what you consume, and the people that you listen to on the internet. Be mindful of that. All right, that's all I'm saying. Be mindful and pay attention to the information that's being put out on the internet. So the fourth point, AI/social media could encourage misinformation or hate speech. Now, like I said, I pointed a little bit of this in generative AIs. There's so much information out there. There's so much information out there on social media that, we tend to become, so overloaded, right? Especially with the misinformation or the disinformation out there. There are a lot of, misconceptions, a lot of, things that aren't true. People are saying this, people are saying that, and we just don't know what is the truth and what is the lie. And then they can encourage hate speech. There's a lot of, hate speech out there. There's a lot of negativity out there on the internet. We all know this. Everything's not positive on the internet. People, hate sells. Negativity sells. People are more drawn to drama and negativity and things of that nature. So people are going to be promoting more hate speech, more negativity, more false information, because that's what sells. That's what that's what they try to promote. All right, and the people who are not aware, who are not knowledgeable on the subject or whatever the case may be, they tend to believe in that information and believe in that whatever that person is saying. But like I said at the beginning, we have to use our discernment. We have to use, our God-given knowledge, our God-given wisdom to decipher the information. And then we have to go within and tell ourselves, whether we want to believe this information or not, or we want to, come up with our own opinions, our own conclusions and things of that nature. All right. So internet, some parts of the internet, they try to promote hate speech, false information, false identity and things of that nature. So always, like I said, be very mindful of what you consume on the internet. Then the last point, digital programs now control a vast amount of physical systems. For example, door locks, refrigerators, and car/car keys. Now, with the growing of AI, growing of technology, we have all these, cool gadgets, cool, setups, cool, AI applications that we all use, things such as, the Ring doorbells that we all use, the Ring doorbell cameras, the remote, the car keys, that unlock certain cars and car doors, the refrigerator locks, all these different cool gadgets and technology and things of that nature, the things, you know, dealing with the self-driving cars, the technologies that's within the self-driving cars and many other different cars, you know, such as the Teslas. But we have to be very mindful because there are a lot of, you know, hackers out there who are, you know, very savvy, computer savvy, tech savvy. And when we, you know, relax and when we don't, you know, have our security up, we don't have our guard up and things of that nature, things can take a toll. Things can take a left turn when it comes to these certain applications and gadgets and things of that nature. So with these different technologies and AIs and gadgets and applications, just be very mindful of those. You know, the security on your phone and, you know, all these different things, because there are many different people, many different hackers who try to hack into people's information, hack into people's digital systems and applications and things like that. So always be very mindful if you have any of these type of gadgets, you know, utilizing these different gadgets in your everyday life. Just be very mindful and be very careful and be very cautious when it comes to these things that you are using on a daily basis. All right. So there you have it, guys. These are some, you know, just some little things. There are many different things out there, many different, you know, things that you need to look out for when it comes to AI, the dangers of AI that you need to look out for. But I believe these are like maybe, you know, the main points that we need to raise awareness and to bring into discussion, to bring into the public, that we all need to be aware of when it comes to artificial intelligence. All right, so let's go over these points one more time. Let's go over the, you know, the recap of this video, the dangers of artificial intelligence that you need to know. So most of us have come to rely on the technology without registering either the fact of our dependence or the implications of it. Even though the number of individuals able to create AI is growing, the implications of how it will affect humanity socially, legally, philosophically, spiritually, morally need to be discussed / worked on. Generative AIs can be used to create false depictions of people doing or saying things they have never done or said. AI / social media can encourage misinformation or hate speech. Then the last point, digital programs now control a vast amount of physical systems such as car locks, refrigerators, and car / car keys. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. This video, I'm not, like I said in the beginning, I'm not trying to put fear into anyone, you know, spreading, you know, fear amongst the people, just trying to put you in fear to scare you and things like that. All I'm trying to do is just raise awareness, because there's always a good side to something and there's always a bad side to something. And we need to, you know, formulate a plan, you know, come up with solutions and how we can better certain things that we utilize in this world. So all I'm trying to do is just raise awareness and to let you guys know about the dangers of artificial intelligence. And not just with artificial intelligence, but with anything in life that we utilize and that we consume on a daily basis. So till next time, and always remember, all power resides from within. And always keep the faith, guys, because God in the universe is always working for you. Take care, guys. God bless.